Hey guys, welcome back. I am here with another question that Sophie asked, which I think you would benefit if you are starting out as a coach or consultant. And the question is, how do you price your services? Now, there are many ways to price your services. You can just copy that's how much they're charging, that's how much you want to be to charge as well. Now that is good. Maybe they've done their own exercise already to find out how much they want to be charging the people.
hmm
But you haven't. So you want to work on your own terms. Remember, we become business owners. One of the reasons is you want to do things on your own terms. You want to decide how much you want to be paid, when you want to be paid, and who you want to work with to give you the money. That's the reasons why I am a consultant myself. So you also want to be deciding how much you want to be paid. Now, in order for you to do that, you want to know your income goal, your income expenses, so that you can identify how much you want to increase. So here's what I do when I'm launching a new program. For example, like training other coaches and consultants, attracting high clients, fast clients into my business. Number one, here's what I do. So number one, I list down the so number one. Now again, if you haven't done this, it may be worth you doing this because it's very important. I list down the reasons why you may write this down if you want. The reasons why I want this. Because the reasons are the fuel that is going to move you during those times when you don't feel like doing it. You with me there? Give me 1 second here. Now, I purposefully write 50 reasons. 50 reasons. Now, if you haven't done this, you're going to get to 12 reasons and your mind is going to go blank. Now, you have to push through that because your mind can only work up to what you have kept on feeding it. There are certain reasons that are underneath that are subconscious, which you need to bring to your awareness for you to actually begin to be moved by these reasons. For example, one of the reasons why I want a particular program to succeed is because I want to create a legacy. I want to create something that my family is going to enjoy when I'm gone. This other day I don't know why I did this, but I was on my phone and I kept on the diary, the calendar of my phone, and I kept on going and I got to 2090, and I thought I won't be around then, and I then looked at one of the calendar and said it's a Wednesday. That particular day I will definitely not be on Earth. It was a sobering moment, I thought, oh, okay, I need to do what I need to do right now because I'm not here forever. So, and that's one of the reasons I would write down, I need to achieve this particular goal because I'm not going to be here forever. It's one of the things I want to do. I will do it. Now, at face value, it's not one of those reasons that comes straight out to your mind, but it's something that is underneath. So you write 50 goals, 50 to 100 reasons why. Believe me, you do this in the moments when you feel like to give up. When you remember these reasons, it is going to move you. Once you've got these, the second thing you want to do, you're going to print it out.
Yeah.
And put them where you can see, like on your vision board. Now, a lot of people have different concepts of a vision board, That's fine. Whatever it is to you is absolutely fine. For me, a vision board is something that I see on a regular basis. In fact, I've got a small one straight on my fridge because I'm always in there for a cup of tea. So I open it, I have to see it every single time. After some time, I move it because my eyes gets accustomed to seeing and then won't be able to see it because what you become familiar with, you lose sight for it. So I put it on my fridge, and then after some time, I move it and put it somewhere where I am consciously reading it. The reason for doing that is to keep your reasons right at your forefront so that they keep driving you. Now, I'm coming to your questions now that you've asked. How do you price your services? Now, number 3 is all about your income and expenses. So I write down all my income. In other words, you should write down here. I'll put it here as write it down. You really have to write it down. So I write down all my working expenses. That includes the one that are involved with family. If you have a grandson, when he comes around, you are going to include all of that. Every running expense you have, including the amount of money you want to give to a charity or to a church, wherever you are, you need to put it there because those are your expenses.
Right.
Don't leave anything out. And then on top of that, again, I do an in-depth analysis of these expenses in my coaching program, which anyone can have access to. And for you, Sophie, you will be able to have access to this very shortly. But for the benefit of us today here, just write the total income or the total expenses you know now. And then you add 10%. Okay, let me show you the rule I use. So, 10, 10, 10, 70. So this is how I do it. So I say 10% of what I have is gonna go to my tithe. 10% is gonna go to short-term savings.
Right.
10% is long-term savings.
That's why I wanted it.
And 70% this is for your living expenses. Now, if you are not into tithe, this is your giving, your contribution to the world that we live. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, that's how I structure my income. So you're going to say, these are all your expenses right now. Go with me. They are your expenses right now. Remember, you want to calculate how much you are to charge your client. This is the goal.
Yeah.
So you're going to say, for my tithe, I want to give tithe maybe £300, whatever it may be. For my living expenses, you would have totaled that already. Say your living expenses, including the visits from grandchildren, comes up to £900. All right.
Yeah.
So you now know that this is the 70% of the total income that you need. So you are working backwards. So and then
Right.
you're going to say 9%, 10% is going to be okay. So that's your living expenses. If you are to add the other one, now my math is not coming on really well, but you want to calculate backwards, and then you get the total. Once you get the total of all these, say roughly maybe it's 200 here. I mean 20. Let's say 200. And then
Mm.
your short-term saving. Now, short-term savings is to keep debt away, because you can have your car, wrecked. Maybe the battery in cold weather goes flat, and you want a new one. You're gonna use your short-term savings to buy a new one, without dipping into your living expenses or into your long-term expenses, or going to ask for a credit card into debt. But that's what you
Mm.
use. And you may want to buy a new SETI for long-term savings. You put £200 aside. So in total, you've got 200, 200, 200, and then 900, not 9,000.
Mm.
So that would be the total amount you have. If you had to add it all up together, so that's 246 plus 9, that is £1,500 that you need per month for you to do that. You are going to do something very different after that. You're going to add 10 more percent, because you are pricing this up for your taxes. Now, there are times when I add 15 or even 20% here
Yes.
on top of that. Well, if you want to be exact, it'll be 20%. But if you want to leave a bit of room, you're going to say 25% of that. What will be 25% of that? It will be a quarter of that, isn't it? It will be 500.
Cent. I don't know. I have to calculate it.
Yeah, that's. I think I'm gonna calculate that as well.
25%, 25.
Okay, that shows you that even if your maths is not correct, it's not up to, you can still make money. Doing what we do as a consultant.
25% of 1,500,
1,000.
375 pounds.
Okay, so which means you're going to add. Remember, we are talking here. We are adding
Yeah.
25%. So you said how much is it?
375.
£375, right?
Yeah.
So the total amount of that, if you are calculating, you're following up with me here, it is going to be 1,500 plus 375. Okay, how much is that going to be? So in total, it means you will need £1,875 per month.
Wow.
To support you on your living. For you to give tithe, your short-term, long-term savings, living expenses, and for you to live comfortable without worries, you are going to need 1,875. You then move a step further. How many clients do you want to serve? So, depending on your availability. For me, I've got 2 days available to be speaking with clients. 2 days, only 2 days. The others are dedicated onto the content creation, marketing, and all that. 2 days. So in 2 days, I want to work 6 hours a day, not 8 hours, but 6 hours that are dedicated to doing that. Now, out of the 6 hours that I will be working, I want to be speaking with maybe 3 clients. Well, let's say 4 clients. This is slightly different from what I do, but I'll give you as an example. Say I'm going to speak to 4 clients per day out of my 6 hours. Say I'm going to write it here. Say I have 6 hours per day of my consulting call. And out of the 6 hours, I want to serve How many clients? 4 clients.
Yeah.
And that means at the end of each week, I'm serving how many clients? Each week? Because I am only working 2 days, each week I'm serving 8 clients.
Yeah.
Right? And remember, with my coaching structure, I only speak to clients twice a month. So I speak with them this week. I skip 1 week. That week is for them to implement what is it that we're talking about. And then I catch up with them the following week.
Right.
So what this means is I am speaking to 8 clients each week. In total, you follow me up with this one. I know it's not yet so structured, but in our training, it's all structured because it's not ad hoc, like I'm responding to a question right away, because it's all structured. Now, I am speaking to 8 plus 8. I have 16 clients. Do you follow so far?
Yes. Yep. Yep.
Why 16 clients? It's simply because I speak with them every other week. So each week I'm communicating with 8. And then I'm communicating with another 8, a different week. So in total, on a monthly basis, I'm serving 16 clients. Now I want to, let me just finish off here. So 16 clients in total. Okay. Now I want to see how much I will charge these 16 clients. I will go back to my figure of 1,875. Then I will divide that by 16.
Yeah.
And you will know for a fact how much you are supposed to be charging your clients. So let me just go on to this one. So 1875 divided by 16. So it means all these clients, they need to be paying 175. For me to actually get out of bed and communicating with them, they ought to be paying £120.
Right.
£120 each client. So if we say 120 client, let me just go back here. £120 multiplied by 16, it will give me that amount. So that's how I will be charging them. So I would say to them, when I'm doing my marketing now, I would say, look, you are going to speak to me twice a month for only £120. And I will give them all those things that I would have given them, like you will have access to me via email, you have this. And instead of you paying 18,000 or however amount of money, that we, other service costs, it will say it will cost you just £120. What is £120 to you? If I am able to solve your compliance issues, I will show you what to do. That it's only 120. And remember, you are speaking with these people 30 minutes to 45 minutes. So in effect, an hour of your time will be £120. And you're serving 16 clients. If you want to increase that, your amount here, if you increase to £200, it means your monthly income also grows up.
Yeah. Very clear. Thank you so much. That is so clear now.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
So just for completion's sake, we summarize because it got so involved. If anyone who wants to learn how to do this, I have a very clear explanation of how you can find out what to charge your clients, not copying someone else's figures, but you're operating from what you truly want as a person. That's the starting point. So first of all, you figure out the reasons why you want to do that. Why do you do this? Because it is the driving force that is going to make sure you complete what you started. And then you print these out. Remember I said 50 to 100 reasons. Very good. And then you do your income and expenses chart. You sit down and you go with the 10-10-10-70 rule. Again, this is not mine. I found it somewhere, but it works. That's why I use it, and you could use it for yourself as well. You put your giving, your short-term savings. Why short-term savings? It is for emergency fund, for you to stay away from debt, and you also have your long-term goal. And then 70% of your earnings, will go onto your living expenses. And then at a later stage, you can put things like, investment and all that sort of things you can add. But this is a very good starting place. And then you work backwards. And after you finish that, you add 25% to 30% increase for you to cover your taxes and all that sort of things. And then you add the total amount to that you have. So you have the total final figure of how much money you want to make. After that, you then decide your work schedule. Remember, you are the one in charge, not someone else, but you are in charge. You decide your work schedules. When do you want to work? 4 days a week. Okay, 4 days a week. How many hours do I want to work? I want to work 4 hours. In 4 hours, what is it that I can actually do to help people? How many people can I effectively help? Not being very tired, but being present. Or I can work 3 hours. Okay, in 3 hours, how many clients can I speak with? 3 clients. Okay, that's good. So you add those 3 clients over a period of a week or 2 weeks, and after that, you have a total number of clients that you have. You then divide your total earning with the number of clients, and you get the price that you're going to charge. And remember, once you have this, don't deviate to go on and say, I'll charge less. People are going to say, oh, discount. No, we don't do discount. What we do is, I understand things are very difficult right now. I can create a payment plan for you. You can pay in installments, and you add 10% on that because they're paying in installments, so the value is going to be less when they finish. But we don't do discounts. If you want to do discount, you put, you see this 25%, you put 50% on it. And then when people are talking about discount, you say, I can only do this for you. I cannot afford to do it for everyone else. I will only take 20, you're not going to say 20%, I will take £50 off. Because when you then do the calculations, that will come down to 1% discount. But if you say 25%, you're going to give them a whole lot bigger chunk, but you just deduct the exact amount. Does that make sense?
Yes, sure.
Okay, I hope that's helpful for you right there.
Very helpful. Very helpful.
If you were watching this and you got so confused with all this, I have a very clear way, a video I've trained my clients that you can access in the training area. All you have to do is just go and click, either book a session with me, even better, just go to learnwithyokai.com, or just go straight and register in one of our free masterclasses, or just go straight to the members area and enroll in becoming one of our students. And remember, it's a 6 weeks course where I literally take you from the unknown to a place where you are actually able to attract the type of clients that you need. I will walk you through the 3 building blocks, where to put your, the landing pages, where to find your clients. I will share with you how I convert my clients to become clients and how I service my clients. The 3 building blocks, and on top of that, You can ask any question that you may have in a year on our question and answer sessions that we do literally every single month, every single week, and it's all available for you. I hope that's helpful. And with that said, have a great day, and I will talk to you very soon. Thanks, Sophie, for the great question again.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks very much.